Hi, I'm Charles with AniCap. The story begins as a girl named Fuyutsuki speaks to her cat. She is preparing to leave and asks that the cat watch over their home. Fuyutsuki promises to get it a gift and leaves to begin her day. She explains to us that this is her first day of work and is now a proper working adult, but as she makes her way there, she doesn't feel any different at all. Fuyutsuki then has a memory from when she was in school, and some students talk about how she doesn't have many emotions compared to other people. She is always calm and is not easily moved. Her commute is paused when she strangely notices that it has begun to snow. Just then, a man with white hair notices her nearby, and Fuyutsuki calmly asks him what happened to his legs as they are trapped in ice. The man's name is Himuro, and he explains that today is his first day of work and he is extremely nervous about it. His feet just became frozen that way, so he is observing the cherry blossoms to calm himself. Fuyutsuki is having a hard time understanding, so he explains that there are times when he gets nervous, and his feet just won't move. She thinks about how extremely strange the situation is and how she has never seen someone frozen in this way. Fuyutsuki then remembers that she has some hot tea in a container and attempts to use it to free Himuro from the ice. It doesn't work, so she wonders how nervous he must be to cause such a problem and offers him some of the tea to drink. He accepts her offer as the two share a calm moment together and Himuro breathes a sigh of relief. Just then, the two are glad to see that the ice around his feet has begun to crack, and Himuro explains that he is the descendant of a snow woman spirit. For some reason, this means that whenever he gets emotional, ice comes out of his body. Fuyutsuki then explains that she has never seen someone like him before. Himuro states that he is often asked if he likes winter, but he reveals that spring allows him to meet someone, so he enjoys it too. He thanks her for the tea since it helped him relax a bit, and the two bid each other farewell as they part ways. Fuyutsuki realizes that she is going to be late and thinks about how others talked about her in school before. She was admired for never losing composure and never having a crush on anyone as a student. She then thinks about how strange Himuro's situation is and wonders if she will ever be able to see him again. Fuyutsuki can relate to being frozen by nervousness many times before, but never like the way it happens to him. We then see that Himuro thinks about how his feet have frozen many times before, but he has never met someone as kind and gentle as Fuyutsuki. He enters the building where he will have his first day of work and is shocked to find Fuyutsuki is there as well. She states that she looks forward to working with him from now on, and Himuro thinks about how much of a miracle it is to meet her again, leading to a bit of snow in the room. A coworker of theirs named Komori explains that she is a descendant of the fox spirit, and another introduces himself as Sajima. They look to their boss, and Komori wonders if he is the descendant of the giant Buddha based on his appearance. Later, Fuyutsuki returns home to her cat to explain that she has met several people on her first day of work and thinks that things are going to be different from now on. She gives the cat a gift for watching over the house, but it's more interested in the bag it came in. Elsewhere, Himuro states that he can't wait for the next day as our two main characters look into the night sky. Back at work, the two sit next to each other as Himuro causes a flurry of snow and apologizes to Fuyutsuki for making it cold. She asks him about flowers after looking at a picture of his, and he explains that he loves them. The problem is, whenever he goes near them, everything freezes over. He very much loves flowers, but since they frost over when he touches them, he feels as if they do not love him back. That night, Fuyutsuki does some research and returns the next day to give something to Himuro. It's straw for gardening purposes, and she explains that it's used to protect plants from frost. She noticed how sad he had been when talking about the plants, and states that she felt like she needed to help him. Himuro wonders if she had carried the straw on her back while on the train, but she asks that he not worry since she took the early train as to not bother anyone. She leaves, but he becomes extremely worried. Himuro can't believe how nice she is and thinks about how much he likes her. His insides are beginning to melt, but on the outside he is creating a snowstorm. Afterwards, the two are on their phone as something clearly has Himuro's interest, and he shows Fuyutsuki a picture of a cat. He loves them as well, but just like everything else he enjoys, he fears that he might get too excited and freeze them. He doesn't allow himself to touch them, so he simply sticks to watching cat videos. Fuyutsuki shows him her cat creating more snow, and he explains how envious he is. The next day, she brings him a couple of her cat's whiskers that she says it leaves on her bed regularly. If he is not able to touch a real cat, then at the very least he can touch the whiskers. They are known to be good luck charms as well, and she wishes that good things happen to him. She is a bit embarrassed, and so she leaves. Once again, Himuro thinks about how cute she is for wishing him happiness, and snow begins to form. He loves the gift, and his coworkers can't believe how excited he is about such a simple thing. That night, Himuro can't get over how kind she is and decides that he needs to do something for her. Back at work, he gives her a popular and limited dessert item and explains that he remembered that she mentioned it the other day. She points out how it's sold out everywhere, but he says that he just stumbled upon it and thinks about how he can't let her know that he had actually spent an entire week searching for it. Fuyutsuki thinks about how she knows he must have spent a lot of time finding it though, and thanks him kindly. He begins to lose control as he thinks about how he should be the one thanking her. She points out how cute the little snowmen are as well, and he struggles to contain his happiness. Her kind words are an unexpected gift, and more snow overtakes the room. It's clear to Komori that Fuyutsuki is interested in Himuro, but she doesn't seem to realize it herself. While in an elevator, Himuro can't stop thinking about how much he likes Fuyutsuki. Later, Himuro's coworkers arrive to find him in an igloo, and Komori explains that she heard he gets like that when he is depressed. They assume he must have made a mistake with his work, and their boss reveals that Himuro lost the data that he spent all day compiling. He was given an extra day to turn it in, but Himuro was insistent about getting it done the same day. Himuro explains that he has made a huge error, and Fuyutsuki asks if there is anything she can do to help. Her kindness melts away the igloo, but Himuro explains that the error is his responsibility. Everyone leaves for the day as Himuro is left to work overtime, but Fuyutsuki would appear later to remind him not to overwork himself. Of course, the kind gesture proves to be too much for him as he realizes how cool it is that she was worried about him. The next day, Shijima states that he has a fever, but can't leave work yet as he has not made any progress with his assignment. Himuro makes him a handmade cold compress, but Shijima is hesitant to wear it on his head since he fears looking like a drunk. Himuro then offers to help with his work instead, and explains how important taking care of his health is just as Fuyutsuki arrives to overhear them. Shijima is surprised to see that Himuro took most of the work, and Fuyutsuki states how kind he is. He once again can't hide his excitement towards her, and Shijima points out how interesting it is that a person that creates cold things can be so warm. That night, Fuyutsuki returns home to her cat Nyamaru, and is surprised to find that he is actually using the gift she got him. Before she can take a picture though, the cat loses interest, and this makes her think about how a month has already gone by. Himuro has a similar thought and admires all the gifts he has received from Fuyutsuki as he yet again admires how nice she is. The next day, their boss explains that there will be a trip to welcome the new employees, and the destination will be Okinawa. Everyone is extremely excited, but something is wrong with Himuro. He is shocked by the chosen location and thinks about how only terrible things await if he is to go to Okinawa. Thanks for watching part 1, all other parts will be in a pinned comment below.